Meantime, law enforcement agencies have been using drones for years, but this scope has been under scrutiny, especially last year when Customs and Border Patrol surveillance drone flew over Minneapolis during unrest, leading to a congressional investigation. A new report is giving us a first look at how and when local police agencies are using this technology. Callan Gray has the story.
When moments matter,
we can give them landmarks.
Drones give Cottage Grove police an advantage from above.
He's able to change speeds, altitude, and while also being able to zoom in or out and to whatever he's looking at.
The aerial equipment has infrared technology, a spotlight, and a camera.
We're able to transmit this back to the police department
to guide those on the ground.
Most of the time it's been for missing kids or vulnerable adults that walk away with memory issues.
Detective Sergeant Michael McCormick tells us their department has 2 drones.
We started putting it up last year in 2020. The whole initial idea with it was to save lives. We're a 36 square mile community. We've got parks and water everywhere. So really the idea was to have an extra set of eyes.
A new report shows Cottage Grove police put their drones up 53 times last year.
I always had a feeling there was a need for it, but I didn't realize, to that extent.
This 2020 use of unmanned aerial vehicles legislative report is the first of its kind, giving a picture of drone use across the state. 93 agencies have one, and in 2020, there were more than 1,100 flights. This report is part of new regulations the legislature passed last year, which require law enforcement agencies to acquire a search warrant to use a drone, except under these 9 circumstances, which includes during or in the aftermath of an emergency, conducting a threat assessment of an event, or crash reconstruction. Each time must be documented and the data submitted to the legislature annually.
How significant was that it did move through?
It was very significant in that there was nothing beforehand.
The ACLU worked with lawmakers on that legislation.
Has it achieved what you hoped it would achieve?
I think it's a little bit hard to say. Quite frankly, one of the concerns just about drones in general is that they can be very small, they're very mobile, they can be used quite secretly without people really even ever knowing about it. I think the fact that we do have this report and we've got numbers that are being reported from a variety of agencies, I think indicates that at least that part of the law is garnering some results.
I think it's great. We want consistency. We want to be able to say that we're doing it the right way.
Cottage Grove was among 10 agencies that used drones the most frequently. About a third of their flights were for training, the others responding to emergencies and criminal activity.
If we have someone at large that maybe has a weapon that are out in the public, for us to be able to put that up and to direct officers, we have a speaker on ours so we can also direct citizens that they, give them verbal direction too, as far as what might be coming.
When you're looking for someone that might be dangerous, if you can create that distance and locate somebody that might be in the woods, gives you time to negotiate and make contact with that person, to give them the ability to come out without having any sort of altercation.
The Dakota County Sheriff's Office used their drones 64 times last year, including for crash reconstruction, searching for missing people, and at a protest in Eagan over the summer.
We don't collect a database of photographs of people at gatherings that might have unrest or anything like that in there. We are basically an oversight for if something does happen, where the public or those in that peaceful protest becomes unsafe, then we can have that eyes on, basically, where we can call in resources to be able to deal with that. It's not to identify who's who.
And last year's law prevents law enforcement from using facial recognition technology without a warrant. Both agencies say they understand some may have privacy concerns.
How do you balance that with your need to use this for public safety?
Yeah, that's a good question. We post our policy right online, so if people have questions, and I oversee the program, and we make sure that we're following in line with the expectations of the public as well as the FAA.
We're not out surveilling the public to see what they're up to. There's always a purpose behind going out.
I think we will need to continue to be vigilant, though. If there are cases where drone technology is not being used appropriately, if we start to see sort of additional problems with it, then of course we will want to continue to monitor that, see if there need to be additional restrictions, additional reporting, transparency, oversight.
The Dakota County Sheriff's Office says it is using what is essentially flight tracking software to document where and why they're using drones. And Chief Deputy Joe Lico, who we just talked to, told us they are willing to show that to people if they have questions, Jackie, from the public.
Is a search warrant required to use a drone?
So the law requires a search warrant if an agency wants to collect data on public protests or in cases where they want to use facial recognition technology. The Dakota County Sheriff's Office says it would also be needed if they wanted to use a drone to look into someone's house or window, for an example. And in order to get a warrant, Lico says you need to have probable cause. It's rare for law enforcement agencies to use a warrant. The state court system now has to report how many search warrants it issues for police drones. That was just released today. And from August to December last year, the number was 0.
Interesting. Okay, Callan Gray reporting. Thank you, Callan.